Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? This is Curtis with Track Rider Trucking. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I think the last time I talked to you all, I was at a Golden Eagle distribution center there in northeast Cleveland, Ohio, and I was being offloaded when I talked to you all. Yesterday was pretty interesting. I left there. In fact, when I left there day before yesterday, I was given a proposed load to go down to Akron. Let me get this all right. I don't want to mess this up, okay? Go down to Akron, Ohio, and I picked up a hazmat load, uh, which was the different. If you guys look back at some of my videos, there was an incident a few months back where I had my first hazmat load as a solo driver, and I was coming out of Springfield. It was a repower basically, and I had come off home time, and in fact, yeah, it was off home time. It wasn't because of the truck being down, but took it up. Was going to take it up north, and I'd just gotten out of Springfield. I was up near on I-44 going towards St. Louis, and that's when the tragic accident happened with the individual on the wrong side of the road hit another truck driver right beside me. He avoided me and swerved, and then he went into the passing lane, and the truck beside me was trying to go around me, and he nailed him head on. But anyway, that was my first and only hazmat load, which didn't go but 50 miles. So I had to bring the trailer back because there was damage and a penetration into the side of the trailer, and I had to go back to Prime and check it out. Of course, it messed me up pretty bad. So my fleet manager made the decision of not putting me out on the road and made me stay at Prime for the rest of that day and the next day. He wanted me to get my mind back right, and I appreciate that totally. But yeah, it was kind of a mess. But anyway, I went ahead and accepted the load because it paid pretty good, and it only went down to just outside Dayton, and I thought, man, this is going to be cool. So Dayton, Ohio. So what I did was, I went ahead and took it, and then I went down and I stopped at a Love's or something, and then I drove it on in the next day, the morning, and it was cool because I picked everything up early. I didn't have, they had on time to, appointments, but they let me come early because I called in advance. Let me make another comment about that. You guys that are out there that are new and it's like me, that hasn't done this it hasn't done this before, or been just starting out, or haven't never deal. When you get your pre-plans and you get the information of the '01 and '90, you might want to consider looking into that and see their phone numbers. And if you do, you might ought to see what you can do as far as looking up the load. Comes up, it usually has your pickup number or PO number or whatever. And you ought to, my advice is I'd call them. And it worked out for me, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But if you call in advance, your options are getting a lot better before you either accept or not accept the load. And it just depends on the situation. I'm not saying don't refuse a load because they tell you it's not ready or some crap like that. But I've had recently where I don't have a good record with why, the word why that's in the say that spot trailer says why means you'll spot a trailer if it's dropping hook. I have no luck whatsoever. I could probably count on on my hands right now the number of times that I've actually done a drop and hook in almost a year that or 10, 11 months that I've been driving solo. So, I've learned a lesson. You learn as you go, but that's cool. That's part of it. But, it helps out, and it helped me out the other day with both hazmat. I was able to go in both places early. So I was able to turn the settlement of the profit up a little bit better for yourself, and that worked out great. And once I got up to Akron, I had a few hours. Once you do a hazmat, you basically got to go get a washout. That's basically mandatory, because normally you're going to end up with a meat load or something else that you don't want nothing to do with anything when it's cleaned out right. So Mm. So anyway, then Dad got the workshop, and they down there just south of Dayton, and then they got a little parking area down there by McDonald's, and they had their own truck parking. So that was pretty cool, right by a Pilot. So I parked in there, but you had to walk to the drive-through to get you breakfast with McDonald's. So there's right across the road there was Mom's Cafe. So I went over there and had breakfast. Well, I was still waiting on a load. There was none, and finally they sent me a pre-plan. Well, it was back to Tropicana there in Cincinnati to pick up a load there. And I thought, wait a minute, now, you guys saying, spot trailer, why? No, we're not playing that. And it wasn't a bad load. It got me up. It was going to Wisconsin, so that's a good pickup area. Good money loads up there. So I thought, well, okay. So I call them. And they say, yeah, it's in right. Well, it's not loaded yet, but it's in the dock being loaded at this time. Or do you have an empty? And I said, yeah, I do. And she goes, well, if you don't mind, can you go ahead and bring the empty down here, and we'll line you up with that trailer and you can go. And I said, well, okay, that's cool. So I went ahead and accepted the load, and I took off down there. I was going like 30 miles away, and I walked in there to got all the paperwork. He said, yeah, they're almost finished with it. Just go ahead and drop your trailer, and then go over there and here give me the trailer number. And I backed up to it. It wasn't 5 minutes. The guy come out saying, okay, you're good. So I got it all loaded, shut the doors, and I took back to the end and backed up to get my bills. And I'm headed for Tumpka, Wisconsin right now, to the Walmart DC up there, which I've been there before. So I'm on my way now. I drove out, it was only like 500 and some miles, but I didn't drive. I had quite a bit of time, but I went ahead and drove up here. I'm just south of Chicago right now, and I shut down so I could get a shower and just rest. I haven't been sleeping well lately, so I'm refreshed. It's right now Saturday morning, the 9th, and I'm gonna get ready to roll here. I've got about 5-6 hour drive up into Wisconsin. I've checked the roads. Roads seem to be all clear up there, according to 511 Wisconsin. And I'm gonna head up that way this morning and probably leave out here next 4 hours. I'm just relaxing right now. I just got back from taking a shower and got to clean up my truck a little bit and get things together, and then I'll be headed up that way. And plus my delivery's like 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4:30, something like that. So I'll probably not have a whole lot of clock time left. I'm gonna go ahead and just tell them to set my PTA for tomorrow morning, so I can get some rest and more rest, and then I'm gonna see what they come up with as far as the loadout. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be out right now. I'm thinking they're trying to ship me around the Midwest so that I can get a short load back into Springfield on Wednesday. Jen, I got that, what I sent you a message on. I'll probably call you guys sometime. You guys are resting right now. I know you got, just watched Eric's video just a few minutes ago, and your promotional thing getting ready to start. And I know you guys are at the house, but I know you guys are worn out and everything, so I'm going to leave you be. I'm not going to bother you guys today. But I'll hook up with you next Monday or Tuesday. I'll probably call you guys Monday or Tuesday or something, let you know what my status is. But as of right now, everybody, I'm going to try to get a load in sometime on Wednesday and try to be in Springfield Wednesday. I'm not actually turning the truck in until Friday, because the fact is I want to get it clean. Of course, everybody knows I'm just taking it home, and my daughter's going to come up. She does cleaning services for DSI down in Harrison. So she knows how to clean up these trucks. So I'm gonna have her help me clean it up, even though I don't have to. And I know Prime's gonna make me pay for their cleanup, but I don't care. I'm not gonna turn in a trashed up truck. It's gonna be clean and presentable. It's not gonna be sparkling clean, but it'll be good enough. And I've got to get the refrigerator out and the microwave. If anybody needs a refrigerator, I mean, this refrigerator is awesome. It's a 2-tier refrigerator. It's a 4.2, 4.5. This is my second refrigerator, and this one I've not had a problem, quote unquote, yet. It's been a good refrigerator. It's got actual independent, it's a double decker. It's got a freezer and a refrigerator, and it fits well. I know it would fit well in any vehicle, maybe except the Pete, because the Pete, they got the little small little things that don't work for crap. But mine, and the International, It's a 4.2, I think, cubic feet, and I've got the microwave on top, PlayStation, and my AT&T TV box on top of that, and I still got probably about probably 6-8 inches above that before it hits the bottom of my cabinet. And it's a good one. Yeah, it's got a few scratches on the front. That's because I've been collecting them little license plates for each state I've been, and I put those child locks on the front just for double security, so in case you bump, the doors won't open, and they work great. They're secured, and the doors stay nice and shut. It freezes food real good and all that. But I'm gonna I'm taking it home or I'm gonna get rid of it. So if anybody's interested, just give me a shout out on my channel. Also, I've got a microwave. I've had it since I got the truck in April, so it's not even a year old. It works fine. I got to clean it up a little bit, but it works fine. Now the clock on it kind of goes a little bit fast, but that's immaterial. As far as all the functions on it, the defrost, the cooking functions, everything else works on it. But I'm just looking at that. I'm not getting rid of the TV. Mama wants her TV, so I got to take the TV home. But right now, that's what I've got going on. I do have chains on the truck. I do have load locks. I got 3 load locks, possibly 4, because there's one back there sitting in the trailer. And I've got oil. I got at least, I know I've got 1 gallon of oil, regular oil. I've got a brand new bottle, I think, of antifreeze. I've got some anti-gel if I don't use it while I'm up here in Wisconsin. And windshield wipers. I've already got the winter ones on the truck already, so that won't help you. Just odds and ends. I mean, I've got some stuff that if anybody's interested, give me a holler. I plan on being in Springfield on the 13th. I don't know what time. I'm going to be at my house in Branson. If you want to give me a shout out on my YouTube channel, you can let me know if anybody's interested. I should be back in Springfield. I'm going to bring the truck back in Friday morning because I've got a lot of stuff I need to take care of while I'm in Springfield. At Prime, I've got to find out what all the procedures are. I've already talked to Summit. They have just told me I have to take it over to door 47 and let them know and give them the keys. I don't even have to be there if I don't want to, because I'll evaluate it, review it, and whatever they got to do. And I don't know how long it's going to take them to do it. I ain't got time. I've got to be at my son-in-law's on the 20th in Devine, Texas, to start working for him. I've already went through the Federal Motor Carriers deal we all deal with. Well, they called me on the phone 2 days ago and asked me a bunch of questions. And I guess they got to go and do a background on my driving license, my driving history, and then I got to go take another urinalysis and drug test when I get down there. So anyway, I'm rattling, so I don't mean to. And I know everybody thinks I'm excited. I want to tell you deep down inside, there is not a thing wrong with crime. I'm not blaming crime. I'm blaming my experience on me, because I should have thought this through when I came to crime. If I'd have went company like some people I know and tried that first and maybe loved it and then gave myself a year or 2 and then went into leasing, then that might have been a whole different ballgame. But I went this route, so it didn't work for me. And my son-in-law, and it's just got nothing to do with, it's got a lot to do with the way my wife's health is really, I'm worried about my wife, guys. I mean, I'm hoping that the change will help her, but I've always wanted her on my truck, and she just cannot physically climb in my truck. And I'm tired of being without her. I mean, we've been happily together 28 years, 27 years. We've been married 22. And I just want to be with her. I mean, we're both in our golden years, guys. She's 7 years older than I am, and I'm, where I'm at. And I just want to spend more time with her, and I can't do this over the road. And her health, and I need to be around her, closer to her. And OTR just ain't good. They ain't gonna work for me. You know, at the beginning of all this, everything was fine, but over the year, it just took a toll on her and me both. And you know, it's got nothing to do with Prime. Prime is a good family company. I've got nothing bad to say about Prime. You know, maybe some of the weekend warriors, but not everybody. My fleet manager was awesome, helped me in situations when I needed it. You know, and you guys, you supporters, God Almighty, uh, 299 subscribers to this channel since I began it back in December of last year. And I know I see a lot of people got 1K and 1,000 and 2,000 subscribers, and I'm awesome. But I didn't expect to get 200. I didn't expect to get 100 because I was just starting out as an old man doing trucking, and that's all I wanted to do, you know. But now I've got to start thinking of my wife and my family, and I want to be around family a little bit more. I've been traveling so many years, you know. Since 1994, I've been overseas. I've been all over the United States, and I just I'm tired, you know. So I want to have a normal job. I'm still going to work in the kind of trucking field at a lower scale, but, you know, I'm be able to see her and be around her and see her every day or every other day, be doing family functions, getting back involved in things I love to do. You know, being a veteran, I like to be a part of the American Legion. I want to be a part of a group. I mean, you know, I just want to be a part of something. I just, you know, this is a really lonely thing here. And it doesn't get me wrong, I've been alone for over 20 years by myself out traveling the world, you know, 30 some different countries and working over there and here. And, you know, it's just time to go. It's time to, you know, go. And I loved what I did, man. Don't get me wrong. The experience, my trainer took me through the PSD, through the TNT, and I couldn't ask for a better man, a better trainer. Jamal, man, you're it, man. And it's tough. Really tough. But enough. We're going to keep trucking. I'm going to go up and deliver this in Wisconsin, see what kind of load I get out. I hopefully get a couple more loads before the pay period ends on Wednesday. And we'll take it from there. So for now, I'm going to say thank you guys for subscribing. I'm going to keep the channel going like I promised. And please be careful out there. You know, just be careful. And always remember, we continue to keep driving and striving for perfection each and every day. All right. God bless you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye now.